That was hysterical. Cocktail's one of my favorite movies, too.
It's all guys. It's just a guy movie. It's hard to understand.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Thanks for having me on.
Well, thanks for doing it today because it's, as you know, it's just this heavy day here in the whole country, and then I think in New York here it's especially intense. How have you been dealing with the day so far?
I've been surprisingly okay. I mean, I think I've been. I decided not to watch TV today. I mean, I'm just.
Right.
The imagery, as I woke up like you, it's on like every channel, and it just quickly brought me back to a year ago, and I thought, you know what, like, especially living here and working here in New York, I work in Times Square. I mean, I had to spend my whole day in Times Square.
Right.
And I just thought, you know what, it's just a little too much for me. So I feel strong, though. I don't know why. I feel, I walked around New York today. I feel extremely proud, like to be an American, to be living in New York City. And you know, I feel surprisingly good. And obviously, it's a day to reflect on people that lost their lives. So I'm very remorseful as well. But it's kind of a, I guess, a healthy balance.
Also, I don't know about anybody else. I mean, now it's you know, it's what is it when this show airs, because we tape early. But you know, it's the day is over, and there's something kind of optimistic about, you know what I mean, when you get that first year behind you. I don't know about anybody else, but I just feel this sense of now we're moving on to the next level, whatever that is. And
I think people are sort of freaked out too by this sort of a weird anticipation of what might happen today. Everybody's been, you know, is something going to happen? And you know,
I know these alerts. I mean, that's no one quite understands. These alerts are these different colors. There's orange, I think. I think we're at orange now. I don't even know what that means.
Yellow to orange.
We went from yellow to orange, which I don't know who's deciding which colors mean more danger, you know, to pink, which of course is a soothing color.
Yeah, how bad can pink be?
Yeah, we're at fuchsia right now. Everyone stay calm.
Yeah.
And then they have
back to turquoise.
They have
good.
at the bottom. They have a green one, which is like no danger, low risk. And I'm thinking, when's the government ever going to come out and go, we're at green right now?
Yeah.
We're not expecting anything. Like, I don't think we'll ever see green again.
Yeah, it's just been a weird day. I think everybody's got sort of that mixed emotion and some kind of rage and some feeling of, you know, we made it, and after today we can maybe move on and things like that. But especially being a broadcaster, I don't know how you do it. I mean, my hat's off to you to come out here and entertain an audience, and I think you do just a great job.
I'm not technically entertaining. See, that's the thing.
No, you are, though.
I've looked it up, and the people are like, no, he's really not that entertaining. So.
People don't realize when you do a show, like my show tonight after you, we've got, you know, we're sitting around, who's on? You know, who do we have on to talk about it? How much, you know, quote-unquote fun do we have or not? And we had, you know, we've got Dennis Leary on tonight, who's obviously associated with firefighters and giving, and an actual firefighter and a great band. So, I mean, congratulations. I think you always do just a great job.
Oh, well, thank you. We do. Oh, now that's not.
It's not easy.
Please. No, we, you know, that's the thing, is that we've seen, when you do this every day, you just also see how, you know, people change. Like when when 9/11, of course, happened, and we were off the air for a couple of days, and then we came back, and you could see the audiences were sort of like, what's going to happen? And within days, you could see the audiences just sort of, you could see people sort of coming out of it, and then they would say, we want comedy, you know, and we want to have some fun.
I remember a year ago, I was here actually on the show, one of your first guests back. So was Sarah, actually, the guest on tonight, who I think is hysterical too, by the way.
You're our 9/11 gang.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what that means, but we're in trouble. Get Carson, Daly, and Sarah Vowell quickly.
When I'm not booked, I'll be worried. But she's great, and you know, people don't realize that, you know, try and figure out put a show together, and you know, you do a great job at that.
I want to ask you. I've heard that you have a tattoo that's sort of a tribute to 9/11. Is that true?
Yeah, a year ago tonight, when it happened, I saw it from my apartment. I live in Manhattan, and went, you know, I executive produce TRL as well, so I went down there to sort of figure out with the bosses, like, are we going to do a show? What's our place? Do we play music videos? We have, like, you know, kids screaming, hooting, and hollering. We didn't know really our place. I went down there. There was a bomb threat right here in the Viacom building last year.
This is last year, yeah. Yeah,
last year. And I kind of left me in Times Square, and I was walking around, and my tattoo artist is in Hell's Kitchen, and he's like my shrink. I
love how you say my tattoo artist.
Yeah.
Like, I just thought people went to, you know, you get liquored up and then you go to any tattoo artist that's around.
It's a big
I didn't realize that
it's
like, you know, there's my manicurist, there's my accountant, and here's my tattoo artist.
Well, you know, it's like a doctor, really. You don't just walk in anybody, you've kind of got your guy, you know. So I've got a guy, Brano, who's great. He did one for my father. My father passed away, and he was a Corvette deal. I don't know if you can see any of this, but I found myself down there on like the 12th.
Yeah, so this is the Corvette.
This is the Corvette one, yeah, for my dad, James Daly. And then I got this one just down there, and I'm actually a big Yankees fan, and as he was doing it, he had the New York, and it just started to look too much like a Met sign. I was like, well, we got to work on that just a little bit. And then, you know, it's the red, white, and blue, and just kind of a constant reminder of of what's.
That's also, I would think, strange. Like when you start trying to alter the tattoo as you go, like if you're dissatisfied, that would be tense to me.
Yeah.
Like I don't like how this is
Hold
going.
it, I'm a
Wait a
Yankees
minute,
fan. Be
make
careful.
that a nose. Wait, no, okay, now make this an eye.
No, you actually draw it. You draw it out first.
You draw it out first.
Yeah, and then then you go to work. But
I almost, when I was 16, almost got an Air Supply tattoo, and I'm so glad I didn't do it, because some things don't age well.
Yeah, no.
Air Supply rules.
Right.
What's that? Never mind, baby. All right, we're going to take a little break. We'll have more with Carson Daly. I want to ask you about the Video Music Awards, because I have a lot of questions about what was going on backstage.
Your dog was great, by the way.
Yeah, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. We are back. I'm sitting here with Carson Daly, and I got to ask you about this Video Music Awards. I know it's been like a week and a half now, but I watched this show, and I'm obsessed with the characters involved, and I'm not really in that world, and I know you were there.
Yeah, it's fun to watch you. I watch you like every night. It's great to see your take. You're like, MTV, they're cutting edge, and of course they cut away from the Triumph and Eminem moment. And
yes, they are cowards at MTV.
Yes.
But the important thing... The important thing, that's my big 9/11 statement. I've got something to say. I'm curious, first of all, Enrique Iglesias is with Anna Kournikova.
Right.
And she shows up at this event, and she wasn't even, she was practically naked. She was wearing like jeans or pants, but they were so low that nothing was left to the imagination. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah, hip huggers, I think they call them. Yeah.
But these were not even on the hip. What? These were around her hip, hugging her ankles or something. It was really strange.
Yeah, that was funny what you said about Christina Aguilera too the other night. What'd you say?
Oh, let's not go there.
That was funny. I was laughing. So here's the VMAs. They, my seat was. I was right behind Enrique and Anna Kournikova. They were like literally right in front of me, and they were just like all over each other, which was just great to see.
Like really, are they what, making
normally,
out?
Like if you're at the VMAs and you have your date. I mean, I didn't, but like you might sit there and kind of watch a show like this. Like his body, he was just like this. It was just like sitting. She was sitting on his hand, which was great. I mean, every time she stood up, maybe my friends were like, "Hey, she's standing up."
There's also.
It was awesome.
There's also
Who won that award?
There's also photos of her on top of him, like in a chair.
The next day in the paper, I think there was like after party, and they were very friendly, and God bless them.
They're happy, friendly people.
They're in
Isn't
that
nice?
they're very touchy-feely. But it was funny with Jimmy Fallon. I thought they did a really good job. He was poking fun at everybody, and he was doing in the Open. He was making fun of Nelly and Avril Lavigne and all these people. And one of them was Enrique, and he put on like the white blouse, and they had a fan blowing his hair, and he had a small mole, and he was singing Hero. Then he takes a little mole, off, puts the giant one on, and I'm thinking like, oh my God, Enrique's like right here. And I'm just like this, and he was laughing, and he was a really good sport about it.
Because what's he gonna do, too? Stand up and say, "You can't do that, I am Enrique"? Well, you can't do that.
Well, actually, if you remember last year, when Triumph was there with Jennifer Lopez, Triumph was doing something with me, poking fun at me, and then went down to J-Lo, which was great. She was not happy.
Right.
Not at all.
Triumph doesn't make everybody happy. When we send Triumph places, sometimes people get mad, but that's just what happens,
Right.
And that MTV ended up cutting that out of the show because they got scared.
That was so funny, though. Triumph, the best was the press conference that he had.
Oh, right, afterwards, yeah.
Triumph's statement, was like what he said about Eminem. He said, my mom's a bitch too, but I don't write songs about her or something. That dog's always getting into trouble.
It's a classy show we run here.
It's always a fun night, though. The VMAs was good.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you about. I hear that you're taking. I don't know if this is true. You're taking helicopter flying lessons.
Yeah, I know.
What are you doing?
I've always been a bit scared to fly, and conquering that fear. I think just doing it more and more. But this summer, we had the MTV Beach House, which we do every summer, down in New Jersey in Seaside Heights, which is about a 2.5-hour drive from the city. But because of Last Call, I would go down there, have to be back in the city, so I started commuting like every day, basically, on a helicopter, which was terrifying at first, and then I started to really, really enjoy it. And then I decided to take a lesson and really learn everything about it, and I would start to fly, and it was great. So 39 more hours, I get my license.
It always intrigues me when people try and conquer a fear by, like, I'm kind of afraid to fly, so I will learn to fly a helicopter. I have the exact opposite instinct. When I fear something, I flee it,
Right.
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 When people say, like, I fear a shark attack, so I'm going to cover myself in hamburger and jump into the water with that shark.
You make a good point. I mean, I don't know. Fear is, a lot of it's just, you know, kind of a lack of knowledge of it.
Right,
I thought, well, if I
right.
understand
If you understand it. No, it's all
like,
true.
I'll be okay. Plus, it's really cool. I mean, it's nice. I mean, it's nice to just kind of, especially to fly over New York. New York's just a beautiful city, and especially from a helicopter, it's great.
Plus, if you get your helicopter license, which you're going to get in 39 hours.
Right, but it takes 40 hours. I only did 1 hour. I did one official lesson.
This story just got a lot less cool. I've only got 30 more hours.
I flew all summer, but one
Wait a minute. I love that. What do you do on the first hour?
It's a lot. Well, when
you sit there like in a pinwheel hat and go like, look at it.
You do, actually. You do. It's great. I mean, you've got the yoke, and you got your feet on pedals, and there's a thing here, and you're flying up the, you know, the instrumentation.
Do you realize, and this is what my point
tough.
is, there aren't that many talk show hosts in America late at night, and if you get your helicopter pilot's license, you're going to suddenly be like the coolest talk show host. You could end segments like, thanks a lot for being here, Avril Lavigne. I'll see you all folks tomorrow.
Go to the roof.
You know, like, just take off.
Right.
That would be the coolest.
It's actually a good idea.
Yeah. Leno's got his sports cars. You have the helicopter.
Yeah, right.
I have the Ford Taurus.
You've got your bartending.
Yeah. And my bartending skills.
Yeah.
Well, Last Call with Carson Daly airs weeknights directly following this program, and you're doing a great job.
Thank you very much.
And I hope you're enjoying it.
It's an honor to be there.
And Total Request Live airs weekdays at 3:30 on MTV. Thanks so much for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
Very
It's a
cool to
pleasure.
have you
Thank
here.
you.
Carson Daly, everybody. We'll be right back with Sarah Vowell. That was great.